Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos.
Got to speak a word of English, and he's going to me. I want to go here. I want to go here, and I'm looking. I'm going to him like what Thriller, and he was like giving it all that to me. I was like Thriller. He's like yeah. I was like, it's saying.
Did you start singing to him?
Got a phone up Louis, and Louis spoke to him and said in Spanish, yeah, Thriller. Talking to Thriller. No, it wasn't. It was Phantom of the Opera. I rang Louis up. I was like, what did you say? You said meet Dan. I said Thriller.
Now, we used to stop regular when we first passed out. We'd stop off most nights and get dinner. And you could get in and out with a cup of tea for a tenner. It's 18 quid.
No, even less, Nick. Now, I was thinking about this. It's an interesting thing. So there was the Chelsea Kitchen. Was you around when the Chelsea Kitchen days? No. So the Chelsea Kitchen, I think it had 3 branches. There was the 24 Hours in St John Street.
Oh, Tinseltown.
Tinseltown. Is it still there?
Yeah. No.
I don't think it's there either, yeah. But
as far as I know, all Tinseltowns are shut.
Oh, shame.
There was a pizza chain called Echo, ECO. There was one on the corner of Artillery Row. It was $3.99 for a pizza. Yeah. They were chucking them in. They were big pizzas, thin crust, simple pizzas. Came out, they were lovely. All cab drivers learn these little tricks to get there.
There's a pizza place on Goode Street you can go to, corner of Charlotte. You can
and how much?
It's not too bad. It's about £7.
Yeah, it's well cheap.
It's about £7 for a pizza. But I always tell my customers, if you go past somewhere and you see a load of cabs parked up outside, it's normally pretty good.
Yeah, ain't going to be too expensive.
Yeah, but it's getting pricey. Everything's going up, and you look at the fare increase. We've got a fare increase coming, 7.6%. They sent an email out just discussing the fare increase, and it was a really, really low number of people that replied to the consultation. It was like
we're lazy
in the hundreds.
Nick, we're lazy
in the hundreds.
Yeah,
and then you get drivers complaining we're not getting the full 11.6%. But did you reply to the consultation?
Yeah.
It was an extremely low number of people that actually replied.
Did you see the Trevor Merrill's podcast?
Yeah, it was
because he was saying as well that there's people that are saying they don't want the wage increase.
I can see both sides of it.
I don't. I think a fair job, fair wage.
The argument is the way it's going to be spun to the public, that taxi fares are going up. And I did see an article in an online paper that spun it in the way that was very negative for our fares to go up. But then the same people are applauding nurses for going on strike because they want more money.
Yeah, I'm applauding.
And they're siding with, a lot of the unions saying these people should get a fair wage, but they look at taxi drivers differently, and I don't really know why. And ultimately, TfL decided to increase the fares by 7.6%, enough to cover the increase in fuel costs and vehicle costs because the interest rate's gone up, so the repayments are more. But real world, it's not really a pay rise for us. It's enough to cover the costs that the extra additional costs that we're incurring, but ultimately we're paying out more to go to work.
Yeah, it's that, Nick. The wage increase across the board for nearly every industry. People have not increased their wages. 25 years ago, I'm renting a house, £1,000 a month. My house on Edward Square in Rotherhithe Street. I had the Thames side house. When I first passed out, we started renting that house. It was lovely. We're taking in the cab. I don't think I didn't clear £1,000 a week, ever. That would have been very straightforward and easy, and there was often weeks where we borderline touched £2,000 where we just took it to extremes.
Cleaned up.
That's the same wages as now, isn't it?
Yeah. We're not earning, I don't think we're earning any more now than you were.
You're not earning a single penny. So 25 years ago, you have technically not had a single pay rise for 25 years. And this is the same across many industries. The cost of living has outstripped you. So our money has gone up, but I think the number of affairs that you're now doing and the number of miles you cover isn't as great as what we did then. We were busier, but we're not earning the money that you used to earn. I estimated on the growth of inflation that you should be on about £6,000 a week on the basis of what we were on then.
Yeah.
Would be nice.
It would be.
But then you also realise why...
I think that's what the public assume we're earning anyway.
Yes.
Everyone thinks cabbies are millionaires. It's quite funny.
I was on the fence of... I didn't want the increase because after with the last bit of Uber and then COVID and then it got back to nice. I was like, just leave it. Just leave it. It's nice. Like, we don't need to spoil it.
Yeah.
But but now obviously I changed. But I thought I did because everything's going up. Got a remortgage this year.
It's going up. I mean, Dan, I walked in Tesco's and I couldn't believe it. There's no more rounding up to these $4.99s. A pack of Lurpak is £5. It's got £5 written on it, and you think it's £5 for a pack of butter. I don't remember, and it was the fact of seeing it. It just looked wrong. I said to my wife, "Look, it's £5. Was Lurpak always a £5 for a pack of butter?"
Stop getting Lurpak now.
Don't have it.
No, I love it.
Dan,
They'll give up.
do you regret doing the knowledge?
Love it. Best thing I've ever done.
Really?
I met you. I met Nick.
What, just for the people you met?
It was probably the best thing I've ever done. Really, meeting all my friends are all cab drivers now. Best job in the world.
What were you before?
Painting decorator.
Are you telling all your friends now to do the knowledge? Like your non-cab driver friends?
Well, my brother's starting the knowledge. My sister's going to start the knowledge.
Yeah.
My brother got his bike.
I'm telling all my friends to do.
Yeah.
None of them are listening, but I'm
Yeah.
telling them.
My brother's bought his bike now, so
Yeah.
he bought it off of some guy who just passed that.
What they don't realise, and this is what I'm looking forward to with the Crazy Ginger Cabbie, when you do the knowledge, you get the opportunity, once you've passed, to dabble and take a chance on something else.
Yeah.
So when we was talking to Shana about acting, being a cab driver is the best job for an actor because you're not always jobbing. You need to have something to earn money. And you see so many actors who are skint because they get one big job. Let's say that big job pays them £30,000. Oh, amazing. That's a year's wages. You don't have another job for a year. You're on the dole for whatever. Yeah. So you need an income. And it is the best job in the world for that springboard of allowing you to either carry on working as a cabbie, certainly the freedom, or sit down and experiment with something else, just as a hobby even.
Yeah. I mean, you look at you had Frank on a little while ago.
Yeah, it was amazing, Frank, I have to say.
We done the knowledge together. You know, we were call over partners, and he's gone on to become a tour guide, and he's diversified into doing tours of London. Yeah, and there's so many other things you can go and do once you've got your badge. It's
for fun and enjoyment. Yeah,
and you've always got that as well. You could do anything, and you've always got your badge. You always go to work on a Monday. You could go away for 2, 3, 4 months.
I was at a wedding yesterday, and a Sunday wedding's a bit of a difficult one. But all of my friends were, got to get up at 6 o'clock for work. You going to work tomorrow? I said, maybe I might just do it at lunchtime. It's the beauty of the job.
You've made me hit on something that's really important. Do you still? You're both fairly experienced now, and I think it wears off. But do you remember the days where you felt you was losing money that you didn't go to work?
Yeah.
You don't still get it, do you?
Nah, not anymore. Not anymore. But time, I've got a family now and kids, and I have a good routine where, in a normal week, the start of the week, Monday, Tuesday, I go to work early morning, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I normally leave my house by 5, and I'm in town and working by 6, and then I finish at 2 and get home for school pick-up, and in the end of the week I'll go in after school drop-off, and I'll work the evenings. The end of the week is the same as it was 9-10 years ago, where it's busier in the evenings. So I kind of do split shifts. But now if I don't go to work, I don't go to work. It's not. But I think when you first start and you've got the money starts
buzz.
Money
starts coming through the window.
I'm losing money. I've got to get out there.
It's also as you get older, like, you don't seem to go out as much as you did when you was younger. No. So you don't need as much. You don't need.
You don't need it.
£200 a Saturday night to go out.
Yeah, you're not going to go and drink 200.
Exactly.
Quid,
So
it's a bit different.
You having a day off and spend that home with the wife and the kids. You're all right. You don't need £200 to go out with your mates and booze it up.
I think it's good as well to, when you get home and you're not at work, to disconnect from work. Stay off of your cabbie WhatsApps, and you don't need people telling you it's busy out there, because then you do start to think, I'm losing a bit of money. But just go home and switch off.
I wouldn't get that.
I've got a friend.
But
I think what it is, Nick, sometimes you've been sitting there, you suddenly realise, I'm actually not doing anything, am I? I'm sitting here, I'm watching rubbish. Neighbours is on the telly.
Once I picked up a Spanish family on Marathon Day and was trying to get them across town, and trying to explain to them that the roads are shut, there's a marathon, and they don't speak English. I called Louis. I said, Louis, you need to translate for me. I said, can you tell them there's a marathon going on? And I turned around, give them my phone, and they were confused as anything, because they did not know what I was doing. I put my loudspeaker, and he translated to them in Spanish that there was a marathon on and that the roads were shut, and that's why the journey was outrageous. And they was really grateful.
Yeah. Louis speaks good Spanish.
Yeah,
does,
he
yeah.
got me out of trouble in Madrid once.
Did he?
Yeah, I was with my wife and her family, and Madrid's known for pickpockets. They're massive out there. And my mother-in-law's bag was open and so her iPad. And so we went to a police station. It must have been about 11 o'clock at night, and the policeman's just basically just mugging us off. And I could see what he was doing. He didn't care. To be fair, you're tourists. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
So phoned up Louis, 11 o'clock at night. Said, Lou, this is what happened. He went, put him on the phone to me. And all I wanted was a crowd number for the insurance. Weren't giving it to me, telling me to go away and whatever. Louis spoke to him. Crowd number. 11 o'clock at night, Louis.
There you go, Louis.
Always
He's a legend, isn't he? So we had Louis' wife in earlier,
Yeah.
and she mentioned her husband was a taxi driver, and I said Louis is a legend in the taxi world, and there he is. There's his legendary Louis stories.
I've got a funny story of Louis.
The most polite, kindest taxi driver you'll ever meet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know if his wife Jane was getting offended when I said Louis is posh, because for me, Louis is as posh as they come. But he's not. He's just very, very beautifully spoken.
Yeah,
let's
lovely
put
man.
it that way.
Lovely man.
Oh yeah, I've got a funny story once. Well, I picked up this Spanish family and couldn't speak a word of English, and he's going to me, I want to go here, I want to go here. And I'm looking, I'm going to him like, Thriller? And he was like, giving it all that to me. I was like, Thriller. He's like, yeah. I was like, it's saying
Did you
something.
start singing to him?
Got phoned up Louis, and Louis spoke to him and said in Spanish, yeah, Thriller. Talking to Thriller? No, it wasn't. It was Phantom of the Opera. I rang Louis up. I was like, what did you tell you? He said, meet Dan. I said, Thriller. Well, it was Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, Louis Spanish is just skeptical.
He's doing that as well. It's always Thriller.
Is there a Thriller show on? I've not seen Thriller.
No, there was not. You're going back years. It was on Shaftesbury Avenue.
Yeah.
God, yeah, I missed that one.
Years ago.
It was years ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
was,
Yeah. I have a Spanish story too, which is Waterloo Station. They come out and they wanted Canning Town. We want Canning Town. Canning Town. Where do you want in Canning Town? Near the station. Near Station Canning Town. I said, and at the time, this is how old I am, there is no Canning Town station.
No.
Victoria Docks DLR was there, and the DLR had been done, but that Canning Town one, that's the big one, that wasn't there. And they kept it. I said, okay, so near the station, you need. So I think I said Victoria Docks station. They said, yeah, Canning Town. I get there and they said, where's the market? I said, what market? Canning Town Market. Canning Town Market. Do you mean Camden Town Market?
It happens all the time. Every taxi driver's got a story about
Mispronunciation.
Yeah, it's happened loads. It's
Yeah,
happened loads.
I love
I've
it.
taken people to the wrong place on that
Yeah.
same as you.
Yeah.
And
You think you've done enough checks?
oh, this is the thing. Do you know the most recent one I had was Paul Street. Woman gets in about 8 o'clock in the morning. She's in a mad rush. She's in a panic. She says Paul Street. I said Poole, Paul Street. I spelt it back to her. Yeah, that's it. I even told her where it was. Yeah, that's the one. Thought, right, okay, I'm going to the right, Paul Street. So we get up there. No, this isn't it.
It's not a disaster, is it?
Well, where are you going? Paul Street, Paul. And I couldn't help it. I said, I spelt it to you, Poole.
You
And you
spelt it
said
back.
yes.
Yeah.
She went, oh, I didn't hear you.
It happens quite a
Every
lot,
cab
yeah.
driver's got a
Yeah,
and then we're in a mad rush to get to a job interview.
Oh,
And
well.
it's-
Well, you're not too disastrously far away.
We're not. But she was still in a panic. But it happens all the time. And you, like you say, you think you've checked enough times.
Yeah.
You've recited it back to them, and they go yes, and you still end up in the wrong place. It does happen.
I do have a
Happens to
beautiful one where I actually got him to the right place, but I picked up a guy that was very, very rich at Brown's in Hackney Road, and the bouncers put him in, and he was gone. And he's falling over in the back. And I said, where do you want? And for some reason, I had a lot of time for him. I don't know why. He was an old guy, maybe 70 nearly. But he's still suited. And he's obviously from one of the banks. And he's had a good night out. Clapham. I said, Clapham? No. Clapham. Sorry. No, that's Clapham. Clapham. Chobham? No. Clapham. We went on for ages like this, and he wanted Cobham. And I thought, Cobham, was it on your suburbs? Cobham's is no longer on the suburbs. Cobham, goes back to our thing that we touched upon earlier. The Met District was bigger than the Greater London Authority, and Cobham was in the Met but not in Greater London.
Right.
So it's in Surrey, but was part of our suburb runs. We had to do a suburb run to Cobham. But anyway, I was there for about an hour to get this Cobham. We had to get there. When we get there, he's got no money. So I had to take him to Cobham High Street or wherever it is there at Cobham. I think it is actually Cobham High Street. Get him out, take him to the cash point, hold him up while he's tapping in his number. He's getting out.
We should say this is before card machines and taxis.
Before card machines and taxis. Yeah.
Last week. It was last week.
We've got to get that in there.
It was.
Seeing what you're doing, eh?
And the thing is, this is who we are as taxi drivers. I can make him give me anything, but we wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah.
You'll give me the fare, and that's it.
Yeah.
I actually took him to his house, and honestly, he lived in a street. The street had an electronic gate to the street that you went into. So we went in the street, and in the street, it was like being all of a sudden in America. You know, in America, the houses don't have fences or anything. The grass just comes down to the street, and all these houses were like that, and each one of them was enormous, and it was a little community. And he lived in one that had the bell tower, so I think he might have lived in the one that was the biggest in the lot. I had to take him to his door, get his keys in the door, sling him in the doorway, and then drive out. And the moral of the story was what? Basically mispronunciations of Clapham. It was. I was there for ages with him trying to Clapham and Cobham.
I think for a lot of new drivers and people that are doing the knowledge now that are interested in what we're talking about, it's good to have an understanding of the rules, the laws, the obligations.
Yeah.
Something I always remember reading in one of the LCDA papers is if a police officer flags you down and says, can you take this person to wherever they need to go, you are not obliged to take that person because a police officer has asked you to. Because as soon as they're in your taxi, it's your problem. You've then got to deal with that person. Whether they're sick, whether they've got no money, that's on you to deal with. So it's good to understand and know what you can do, can't do, what the rules are, what the terminology is, or whatever the obligations are. Because there are times when you think, I don't know if I've done the right thing, the wrong thing. But if you have a basic understanding of why you can refuse a job, or the reasons for refusing a job, then I think that definitely helps you out.
Yeah, the abstract of laws, a lot of cabbies don't understand.
Parade Street's a good example. There is no taxi rank on Parade Street, but cabs will rank up outside the Hilton to get people outside of Paddington Station because they come up the ramp, they see taxis there and they assume it's a rank. It's not a rank. If a driver takes a grievance with you stopping for someone that's howled you, they're not legally applying for hire on a rank.
No.
They're parked on the side.
This was mentioned on the YouTube.
Exactly.
Did you see the comments of it?
I think drivers are divided because drivers do sit there on
It's not a rank.
Street. It's not a rank.
It's not a rank, and obviously as well, drivers like myself, I'm not aware there's even a fake rank. So I'm coming along and someone flags me down, they flag me down. I'm not looking to see if there's a rank nearby someone should be going. You'll flag me down, and for whatever reason you're not going over there, you're my fare, I'm taking you. You can't make fake ranks and then complain that someone takes
I've
fares.
actually had it at Paddington. Literally I was at the lights, I dropped off a bit further down, drove up to the lights, crowded, buses, someone gets in my cab and I'm hearing beep, 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 beep. I'm like, what is it? There's a taxi rank over here. So I said, that's not a taxi rank, mate.
We've all had these arguments.
On the same street. So they're fake ranking it.
Yeah, every cab driver's had these arguments because you
But you can't do it on a fake rank. You can't sit there and then argue over the fact that I'm doing something illegal that you're now banging on.
And their response will be, play the game.
Yeah, play the game.
Play the game.
You can't. No,
You're stopping me earning money normally because you want to make a.
You've created a fake ring, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you want to do that, but if I'm going to, the fare's waving me down and I'm taking it there.
Yeah. I think.
And I'd suggest to any driver that's going past there, take it, but not if there's a real rank. So weigh it up.
Yeah, it's something you learn when you pass out and get your badge. You learn all these things. It's not something you learn whilst you're on the knowledge.
Yeah.
But you've only got to do we spoke about this before, you've only got to do it wrong once and a driver will tell you, hopefully in a polite way,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
And then
If they meet us, it will be in a polite way. But if it's somebody's old, if it's the string vest, I mean, it's stereotype cab driver, isn't it? Putting them in a string vest. But there was a driver once that was at King's Cross, and he called me over, and I was young at the time because I've been doing this since I was 26 years old. And he called me, "Oi, boy, come on. Can you go in the coffee shop and get me a sandwich and a cup of tea?" And the reason was he couldn't get out of the cab. the steering wheel was in his stomach. He had to be 30 stone. Gets in the cab, sits in the cab, don't get out again, and he's sending me, the boy, to go and get him a thing. Whoa. Which is why I'm proud of you for not ending up like that. But it's very easy. I mean, I've been doing I have to be grateful for YouTube for a lot of things in terms of we can get some educated information very, very quickly. And for all of us, you have to move a little bit.
Yeah.
And the reason all old cab drivers are fat or were fat is that they had no comprehension of the fact of how much they're not moving to the consumption of what they're putting in their bodies. And you got to burn this fuel.
Yeah. It's even like walking around the feeder park, doing those little 20-minute walks. It does help out.
Yeah. How many steps? Do you count your steps?
No, just go for a walk.
Oh,
go for a walk. That's it. No. A good tip for anyone who's maybe new to work in the airport: when you're on the rank, get out your cab.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
It's a good tip. Someone always said to me, get out your cab, because there's two reasons. A lot of people that are coming to Heathrow might be coming to London for the first time. You do represent the trade.
Yeah.
You like it or not, you do. You want that good interpretation. Imagine if you landed at a foreign airport and the driver just sat in his cab whilst you loaded your own bags. It's not a good look. So you want to get out. You want that good impression, that good first impression to whoever's coming up to your taxi. It's polite, it's manners. I'll get out and help people when I'm not at the airport with bags, and they love it. I have people tell me all the time, I haven't had a driver get out and help me with bags in years. And it's a good practice. It's like I say, you do represent the trade. And the other reason at the airport is you don't want to get broomed the job by that driver in front. It does happen. So you've got to be aware of what's going on.
You've got to have your ears on it. On
exactly,
the conversation.
Yeah. Put your phone down, shut YouTube down, get out your cab.
Listen to his job.
Yeah, see what's going on. Not all drivers are like that, but it is a good tip to get out your cab because you do want that good impression, but also you don't want to get broom something that shouldn't be your job.
So shameful.
It is, but it does happen. So you've got to just be aware of what's going on around you.
You get it. Heathrow's a slightly different situation of trying to tell them to drive off, but on the stations, the driver, if you're going to broom the job, drive off. You get off the rank now and go. Do not stand there and wait for the next fare. Yeah. You've got to go and work the street. I'm going to take that fare now, and I'll take whatever I get.
I think that's a thing in the past on the ranks, on the station ranks, that you get broomed off, because I don't really think anyone would do that now. Do you?
I think it'll come back down as it gets busy again, as people start using cabs again, because I think certainly the Uber question has gone away. Uber drivers now are not earning money. The passengers are now complaining that fares are not cheap. The minicab situation is settling in.
But what's interesting is the number of private hire licenses are going up.
It's an easy job.
Yeah, I mean, but as our numbers are ultimately coming down, the number of licenses, number of cabs, they are getting lower. The number of private hire licenses is over 100,000.
Yeah.
So it's an incredible number of.
You ask any experienced Uber driver, and they're either doing the knowledge or want to do the knowledge. So the ones that are coming into PHV now, the new ones, they're on it on the basis of some idea that they have of what it will be. But once they realise that Uber's taking 40% of their fare, and once they realise that a job to Stansted, they're going to get paid 36 quid, and then they ask the passenger what the passenger's paying and find out it's a lot more than 36 quid, it is quite horrendous. And I really feel sorry for the minicab industry, because it isn't good what's happened. It isn't better for our industry what's happened with Uber. It would have been better if you still had the servicing of the stations and the minicab drivers. The situation as it was still two-tiered.
Yeah, I think,
or three-tiered.
I think it's important to keep the tiers system. You know, you've got to be able to differentiate between taxis and private hire.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, we do get lumped in together. Yep. It's just...
Well, if you do give them bus lanes and stuff like that, then it's all over. If you gave them that, it's like, what's the point of having us?
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, their access to bus lanes. But, you know, it's important to keep that tier system. It's a differentiator between taxis, private hires. You know, you do the knowledge to become a taxi driver, to gain that freedom to work for yourself. So, yeah, it's something important.
Do they still have to pay congestion charge?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
It's 15 quid a day.
Wow.
Yeah. I got the right up with my wife the other week. She wanted to go to, it was at Christmas, to see the Christmas lights at New Bond Street. I was on the wrong time zone, wasn't I? So I think I'm driving into London when the congestion charge ended. and then realise I'm still a little bit, my watch is out, I'm an hour behind. So suddenly realise, you've now, we're going to see the Christmas lights, I've got to pay 16 quid, I think it was, for the congestion. But then I realise I'm pulling up at Lincoln's Inn Fields, expecting to be able to park in Lincoln's Inn Fields. I've got to now put 6 quid in the meter as well. I was like, I was really annoyed. We've got 20 odd quid just gone on, just coming here because you pushed me to come here at the wrong time and I ain't thought it through. Oh, how damn annoying. It's so expensive. How do people afford to drive? How do they afford to do it?
And with ULEZ as well. I mean, if you've got to pay ULEZ congestion charge, you 30 quid in before you've gone anywhere. And then you've got to pay parking.
Yeah.
And if you've got a diesel vehicle, parking's more.
Yeah.
So there's a premium for parking a diesel vehicle. So, yeah.
It adds up.
Yeah, it does add up, yeah.
I just don't get how they pay £15 every day to come into work, to start work.
In their cars.
Yeah.
They must have some
Uber
work
pay
around.
half or something?
No, Uber don't pay half. My friend who was here yesterday, we went into town. We went to Waterloo to pick up some bits, and I said, "Oh, you're going to get done with a congestion charge?" He said, "No, my father-in-law lives in Norfolk. He's disabled. He registered my car as his transport, and they pay £10 a year."
No, yeah, it's discounted, yeah.
£10 a year.
I don't know what it is.
That's what he said. I think £10 a year.
For congestion.
Yeah, because he's disabled.
I mean, you can't expect every Uber driver's registering a...
No, they're not all going to register a disabled thing, but if everybody's going to scam as much as they're going to scam to get around these things.
Yeah, it does, because there's ways around it and stuff like that. It just doesn't work.
Well, they're still getting some money out of it. I mean, they're getting fees all over the place for everything that we do. But the price of parking in London...
It's a tenner an hour, isn't it? Basically, you're paying a tenner an hour wherever you go. Do you remember the years ago when Oxford Street wasn't 1 lane east and 1 lane west?
Yeah.
There were ranks down Oxford Street in the middle. In the middle of Oxford
I used to
Street.
park on them all the time, Nick. Yeah. All the time. It was brilliant. Christmas, every Christmas, all the cabs in the middle of the road. All right, mate, yeah, shopping. We'd be back. But they had decent shops then. So we wasn't just shopping for candy. We were shopping for actual things that you could buy.
Wonka bars.
Yeah. The parking ranks were everywhere and lovely. I always had, on the Aldwych, you could park in the middle on one, but not on the other. One of them was feeding and one wasn't. And on the Arundel Street, there was a lovely central one that you could park in the middle of the road. Yeah. Great Portland Street used to have a single rank outside Vapiano's.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's still there, the single rank.
I think it is.
I'm not sure.
It's a lovely one because it's not a rank for using. It's a parking rank still. I have got caught a few times where I did squeeze a few parking on them.
Look, if we're all honest, we've all left our cabs on ranks that we probably shouldn't have. Every cab driver has done it, will do it. And drivers can say, "Oh, I've never done that." They have at some point left their cab on a
it's
rank.
a perk. It's a perk.
Yeah, you can't leave it on the front of a known working rank.
No.
But, you can't leave it on Regent Street outside Hamleys. Yeah. But, there's ranks off of
Westbourne
Regent
Grove.
Street.
There's little tucked away ranks. Like in Westbourne Grove, I used to park there to go skateboarding at Notting Hill at PlayStation. It's called Bay 66 now. I think I've maybe changed name again. But
there's a rank, right, Regent Street round next to Burberry. There's a rank there, 2 cab rank. That's where I put my cab at Christmas shopping. I forgot the name.
You're letting out your secrets now.
Yeah.
You got that name of the street though. It's in
New Burton Street.
Yeah, New Burton
Street.
Garden.
There is a rank there.
There's two there.
Yeah,
Use that one. That's what I use.
I've actually parked there. I have.
I use that one.
Yeah.
Right. The middle of the road Hamleys ones are still there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't park on that one. It's a proper worker.
Hamleys ranking it.
Yeah.
Only at Christmas. That
That's a bit of a liberty, that one. Do you know what I got sent? I got sent a Google Maps overlay with all of the ranks on the map.
Nice.
So you can go on to your Google Maps and you can see where all of the ranks are. But we've actually got some new ranks going up St George's Street towards Hanover Square. There's a rest rank on St George's Street either side of the reservation.
Well, this is replacing obviously Hanover Square ones.
Yeah, so as far as I know, they are rest ranks.
Yes.
They're not.
Well, because the Hanover Square would service the Green Hut.
Yeah.
The Green Hut is gone from Hanover Square?
No, the Green Hut's there. I mean, the Green Huts are listed, so they are where they are, but it's not open. It's closed. But there is a rest rank on St George's Street, and obviously the northwest part of Hanover Square is the back of Bond Street Station, the Elizabeth Line station. So, I don't think it's feeding the station. It's a bit too far away.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there is a new rest rank gone in there. I mean, your rest ranks are fine. Again, you just got to know, as a new driver, what is a rest rank?
You used to be able to use a bit of logic on them, Nick, couldn't you? You could pull up and you can kind of see that this doesn't really do too much.
Yeah.
And you take a chance and you can get caught out and suddenly realise that there's a time and a place. I suppose you can get caught out on the Aldwych ones as again because
Well, the Aldwych ones aren't there anymore.
no, but they were there for the theatre
Yeah,
turnout.
yeah.
So without the theatre turnout, they're useless.
Yeah.
So if you know you're not on theatre ending times, you could park there quite happily.
You wouldn't get a traffic warden cross 2 lanes of traffic to give you.
No, that was the
any
deal
kind
as
of
well.
ticket.
That was what was the
they
beauty
wouldn't
about
run
Oxford
across the
Street. They won't cross the road to give you a ticket.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Novotel West. You look at Novotel West at Shortlands, and you can see the old taxi rank system that is in the middle, kind of under the car park, and you think, I don't know a time when that would have ever been busy enough to be a working rank that fed
Service
the
just at a hotel.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. You look at some.
But
of
the entrance
ranks
is
that are
still
shut.
under there, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
main entrance. You go underneath.
Yeah. But I mean, the ranks. I've been out a while. It's never been a working rank.
Hammersmith Broadway is always a busy working rank. There's no. Don't park on that one.
No, that's not there, bloody hell. No, but you can park in the Novotel and use the toilet. So
Yeah. So talking of toilets, what's the poshest toilet you've used?
Probably Claridge's or one of the hotels.
Did you get anything said to you when you used the Claridge's one?
No, I mean,
Go around the back door, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, some of the hotels now have got a bit funny about cab drivers using toilets. Connell, the
Connell's
doorman
got a service.
they
toilet.
got really funny with me using the toilet.
It's downstairs in the thingy.
Yeah,
You go through the
yeah.
gate. It's a service one.
Yeah, and he made a point of stopping me on my way out to tell me I couldn't use the toilet. An authority thing. That's all it is.
On his part, yeah.
And do you know what's funny as well? I've used certain toilets for 10 years. I've used them since the day I passed out.
Yeah.
And every now and again, you'll get someone that stands in your way and says, "No, you can't use the toilet."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to say, "I've used this toilet for 10 years, at least once a week. I've had no problems before. I'm just going to use the toilet. I'm going to go."
Listen, mate, I
It's-
bring
it's
people
a-
here, and
yeah,
I'm happy to
it's
bring
a
them
weird
here.
one. Yeah.
And the Connell, I was always aware that going downstairs through the railings was a service toilet for servicemen of the hotel, so that you didn't go into because it's not a glamorous toilet. The hotel's a nice hotel, but that toilet down there is an outside toilet, isn't it? The reason I confused it with the Chesterfield is because I've used their toilet in Charles Street, and when I came out, the guy said to me, "What are you doing now?" I said, "Well, I've just dropped off and I've just gone in and used your toilet." So I don't know. What do you mean? Again, you can see I'm a taxi driver. You can see there's my cab, and it's like your authority figure. You're making a fuss
Over
now.
nothing.
Yeah, you're making a scene. In actual fact, that you could have just let the person walk out and it would have all been over and nobody's got any
I
problem.
mean, if I make eye contact with anyone now, I generally say, "Can I use the toilet quickly?"
Yeah, they won't say no. Will they?
No, it's
No.
99.
The washer in the
times out of
hotel
100.
done me. I walked in and he tapped me on the shoulder. He said, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to the toilet, mate. I'm a cab driver." He went, "No, you're not allowed to use the toilets no more." And then my pal went in there 2 days after and said, "Yeah, I used it."
Is the doorman not doing this? Is it?
Yeah, the doorman. The concierge doorman. I don't
Doorman,
know.
concierge, I don't
Yeah.
know. If I've ever asked, "Can I use the toilet?" I've never been told no.
No.
Normally it's a no after you've used it. Normally that's when they stop you and say, "No, you can't use it."
Maybe they just think you were rude for not asking beforehand. Then, so maybe we should always ask.
Yeah.
What's the big hotel that was? I've forgotten the name because it's not the same name in it. Oh, I have. I've remembered it now. It's the Hard Rock in it on Great Cumberland Place. Is now called the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was called?
Cumberland.
Cumberland.
It was called the Cumberland. Sorry, the Montcalm is just up the road, isn't it? Same, similar area. So yeah, it was the Cumberland. With the Cumberland, I don't know if it's the same now being the Hard Rock, but it was like a shopping centre in the foyer. You'd walk in there and you could literally, if you knew where the toilets was, there's nobody can see anything. You just went to the toilets and come out. So you used to look for kind of hotels where you could get...
Yeah, where you can get away with it.
Yeah, just get in and out.
Yeah, it's like the Hilton Metropole, the way the rank used to be, it was like 2 cabs at the front, but the hotel, the toilets are kind of back a bit. So if you parked at the back of the feeder, you could slip in the side door and go in. No one would see you, and you'd be in and out before anyone said anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like a shopping mall, ain't it? In there.
Yeah. Oh, it's weird things you pick up when you.
Well, toilets is such a problem.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be conscious. Sometimes you're going to get ill if you don't go to the toilet. You're going to get ill because you've got to stop taking fares. And I have a little bit of sympathy for some cab drivers who literally, it's gone too long, and quite literally, you're going to have to get out of the cab and just be in the street and do it because it's just gone too long, and it really has been. I've had a couple of hard times.
It's like the old Euston rank used to stink of piss.
Oh,
Emptying piss bottles down in that Euston rank.
they're emptying them. Never drink a cab driver's orange juice.
Do you know what? That's a blast from the past, the old Euston rank going down.
Yeah. The old Sports Direct.
Do you used to see the old private hires come in? They go like, "Oops, what have I done now?"
Yeah,
Yeah, they're stuck.
they're stuck in the feeder.
Oh, just come back to me. I love that one.
That's true. That was classic.
Everyone laughed at him, take pictures of him, and he's stuck in a rank with taxi drivers. And sometimes he's there for 45 minutes.
And they won't let him go.
What
They
have
won't
you
do nothing.
done?
You've got to wait for it.
And he can't look at you. He's so embarrassed. Love it.
Classic. It was a good old rank down there, hidden away. It seems to be in a better position now.
It's moving again because they're doing the Crossrail thing. So the rank where it is now, they're moving it again. I don't know what the plans are, but it is moving again. I mean, the system where it is now, we spoke about it before. It's a terrible system. The lights are terrible. It's
getting out of there.
It's a nightmare.
Dan Borg, really fantastic. Lovely to see you again. You'll always be a welcome person at Wizan. It's really good to see you. Maybe you'll come back and do another podcast
Yeah, I'd
again.
love to do that.
Nicky O'Connor, my nephew, thank you for coming again. Been great chatting away. You're always going to be welcome, and we'll do some more in the future.